Welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, some national service personnel are kicking against the mandatory insurance policy launched a day ago. The personnel are unhappy because they were not consulted before that decision was taken. They're asking also for immediate reversal of that policy. The national service personnel who suffer permanent or temporary disability through accidents during the service year will now be entitled to 15,000 Ghana cedis insurance cover. An amount of 15 cedis then will be deducted from the monthly allowance of every national service personnel from now until they complete their service. With me in the studio is the president of the National Service Personnel Association, Philip Quay. Philip, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Also in the studio with me is the convener for the National Service Personnel Movement Against Insurance Policy, William Agbodo. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this sounds like a great idea. 15 cities. It's just 15 cities, and you're kicking against it. Let me start with you, since you are the one leading the movement to kick against it. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Thank you for the question. National service persons or personnel have been overly burdened. We face a number of challenges at our workplaces. First, the thing is, you are supposed to serve the nation. What it means is that you must be able to comfortably serve the nation out of your own heart. But here lies the case where a scheme will push you to anywhere at all, a place without your choice. You go and you now have to go and rent. You now pay electricity bill, water bill. You take care of your own food. All those comforts are denied of you. And at the end, they come back to you again, telling you to, pay 15 cedis from the meager allowance that they pay you monthly to a policy that does not give you much comfort.
How much are you taking now as allowance?
You are taking 559.
So 559 cedis.
Yes.
What they're taking is just 15 cedis. 15
cedis is not just. If the allowance in itself is not anything. It's just a meager amount. You are going to pay in Accra right now. If you want to rent, they take 2 years allowance. 2 years allowance, you pay water bill, electricity bill, food out of it. And at the end, they still tell you to actually pay 15 cedis for insurance that they did not even involve you in coming out.
So if, assuming you were involved, this would have been okay for you to pay 15 cedis?
Actually, if you were involved, you wouldn't have agreed in the first place, because this is an insurance that does not cushion us. We say a life insurance. When you don't die or you don't get injured, you gain nothing. They are even telling you, they'll give you some kind of free airtime, some free calls and kind of things. Those are not the things we want. We want a policy that will say, we are going to guarantee your accommodation. We are going to ensure that certain burdens are taken by the scheme. It's not the one that they'll gather money at the end. If nothing happens, then they will spend it.
Okay, let me bring Philip into this discussion. Philip, you are the president of the National Service Association, is that so?
Yes.
Okay. You're asking for other things that maybe bother on accommodation and other issues, you know, that national service personnel face. But then, what is wrong with just paying 15 cedis?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say a very good afternoon to all national service personnel across the country. You have asked the question, 15 Ghana cedis.
No,
he said it's not meager, but go to the markets today. Just ask yourself, what would 15 cedis get you? Now, the package that Congress, if I say Congress is the highest decision-making body of our association. It comprises all regional executives, so it's a sort of a parliament for the National Service Personnel Association. Okay. So over there, you are represented by your regional executive. Every region has 6 members at Congress. So it is there that we take decisions that bind on every national service personnel. And so if a personnel say that I have not been involved in decision making, it's just like in Parliament of Ghana. Your NP is there to represent your constituency. For that matter, the constituents there in that constituency, whatever decision that is taken there, he speaks for you over there.
So who took the decision?
Congress.
No, who took the decision for you to pay? Have you engaged them?
Them, if you say them.
Who took the decision that national service persons should pay?
Well, we did. We national service personnel
should pay.
Yes.
15 cedis.
Yes.
Did you consult, national service? I mean, apart from the Congress, sometimes you can have. I mean, if you have a Congress, you have parliamentarians talking about their remuneration, talking about how much they earn. They can be united. Doesn't necessarily mean that just because they are united on their salary doesn't necessarily mean that every Ghanaian is happy to pay them that much.
Okay, you see, what is done is that as every district, the leaders that are elected in the districts represent the district national service personnel at a regional congress. So before you are invited as a regional executive to national congress, you yourself would have had a mini congress within your region where you would invite all district presidents to come and speak on behalf of the people. So the concerns of the national service personnel are gathered by these district executives, and they channel them to the regional executive, and the regional executive at Congress presents those concerns. That is where we deliberate on and take decisions that would help our people. Now let's go to the packages.
We need to be quite brief.
Let me put on records. I want to set some records straight.
The package we're talking about.
It's a correction. Hold on.
I want to put on records that they do not have our mandate.
What do you mean they do not have your mandate?
His leadership ends at the time their service ended. At the moment, we are here to elect our leaders. Per tenet of democracy, you do not undertake a decision that affects a group of people without involving them.
Okay, so
hold on.
What is your issue now? Your issue is more about the leadership, or it's about the fact that you don't want to pay the 15 cedis, or you don't want to pay because of the leadership at the moment?
Well, first, the leadership of NASPA at the moment does not have the right to take a decision that will be binding on us without involving us. Okay. That's the first point. That's the first point I want to set right. The second one is the amount is outrageous, and it does not capture the popular wishes and interests of this batch.
What do you want done?
What we want done is that the scheme should come out with a policy that will ensure our accommodation. As I speak to you right now, I'm renting a 2-year advance room where I've paid almost over 33,000 Ghana cedis just to serve my nation. And at the end, you tell me that I should contribute to a policy.
Okay, so what you want is something that deals more with accommodation, because and you would agree that that's a very common challenge with national service.
Let me say that when we took over, one of our focus was this issue, and if you remember, somewhere in June, July, the personnel were agitating about the fact that we're going to deduct them. The issue was that we felt it's our time, personnel, and relief of accommodation problem. And so my administration, what we are going to focus is try to start an accommodation project which seeks to put up a facility within every region such that when personnel are posted, they could go occupy.
Have you done that?
We are doing that. I speak with you. We have visited the northern region, Brongahafo region, and the western region. As I speak with you, a facility is almost about completion in the western region. And so if he talks about accommodation, I think he's not abreast with issues. We are already solving that problem.
Well, if he's supposed to be the beneficiary and he is not feeling it, you can't say you have achieved.
He is an individual, you understand?
Right.
And
we have close over 95,000 service personnel.
And who has benefited?
Who has benefited from
the
accommodation project?
If the leaders before us had been proactive today,
I think it looks like this is a very big conversation that we may have to,
No, but just one more thing.
Again, maybe
yes, but just
next
one more
week.
thing. You see, the package they are talking about.
Yes, please let him finish.
The package is that aside the insurance cover of 15,000 and 3,000 that you mentioned, they get to enjoy
movies,
a free call between all service personnel. They're going to put on a CUG, closed user group. So if you're a service personnel, you call any service personnel within the year. It's for free. That is there. Now, every month, you get a 5 Ghana CD airtime as part of the package. You also get a 500 SMS that you can use. You also get, whenever you recharge, when you are within that scope, whenever you recharge any call credit, you get 100% bonus. And so if your service personnel...
That sounds like a deal that you have had with a telco, so you must be making money from there as well.
money, if you say money...
Are you making money from there?
I am not making money. NASPA is making...
Not you. Is the association making money from there?
The companies involved, as part of the package, are going to sponsor all activities of the association.
I see. Like you see, like I'm saying, I've run out of time.
All the packages he has outlined, those are not the things we want now. Those are not our pressing needs.
But it's, you know, it's like he's saying, even though you're speaking for a group of people, it's easier for you to perhaps think that this doesn't work for me personally and say
you are one.
it doesn't work.
And you want accommodation. Yeah, we have just accommodation project already. So what do you want?
Right. I mean,
a project that has not.
Okay, so there certainly has to be a way of, you know, dealing with it and this issue and dealing with it conclusively. Let me take your very final words because of time.
You see, for every
how to move forward from here.
For every policy, you would have people not really.
But so let me take his views first, and then you. And since you have the mandate, so to speak, and you are more. You are responsible. You're responsible for them.
What I would say in brief is that this decision does not reflect our wishes, and we are not willing and ready to go by it. We will do everything possible within our means to reject it by all means.
You won't even negotiate?
We will not negotiate. This policy does not in any way reflect what we want.
Okay, thank you very much. What do you say?
Well, thank you very much.
You try to find a way of getting them on the table?
You see, we are dealing with close to 95,000 service personnel, or even over, understand? And when you receive their consent, if it's something that's going to affect the majority of them, and we wouldn't want to compromise on some few individuals who, for some selfish reasons, would say they don't want to have it.
I see.
Just recently.
We'll have to wrap up there.
Well, maybe some
like
other time we'll talk about
certainly.
that.
But I think next week we should be able to revive this conversation. Maybe if you can we could talk to a lot more of you to find out.
Don't worry, I'll come with multitude of human beings to this studio.
Multitude of human beings. So I've been having a conversation with National Service Personnel. Philip Quay is the president of the National Service Personnel Association.
Yes.
All right, and also William Agbado. He is the leader of the movement. Okay, convener of the movement against the National Service Insurance Policy?
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. I hope that you actually find a way of resolving this amicably.